What up, Clash peeps? Welcome to Clash the Block. Island Guy here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Gonna talk about a bit of something I touched on for just a second in my last video about I don't know what you want to call it. I guess let's say expectations for the update. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So when it came to discussion about the update, even initially when there were these, first little hints about something coming down the pipeline, seeing some stuff about, Town Hall 11 possibly coming out soon, and then it being kind of formally announced, and seeing Jonas's presentation at ClashCon, all the way up into the sneak peeks and even day by day as those have rolled out. My personal expectations as to what to expect and what was going to happen have shifted and changed a little bit as time has gone by. Now, this is a little bit different because the sneak peek period is so long that I think naturally that's just what's going to happen, because 14 days of sneak peeks is just that's a lot of information to process and a lot of stuff to go through. A couple things I did want to share with you guys just real briefly about my thoughts on it, though. So here goes. I did think that they front loaded the sneak peeks with a lot of great information, and it seems to build up and then fizzle out towards the end. So some of the last sneak peeks, really the last, last week, a little bit less than that, just have been lackluster. I don't know, is that a term? People still say that? I don't know if they still say it, but I just said it. The way that it was done led me to believe that, like a fireworks show, that there was going to be this grand finale and with some awesome stuff, and that really wasn't what happened. And taking a look at how the sneak peek process worked, my personal opinion is that if you're going to release and talk about some basic information, sure, they didn't go over names of like the defense or even show the new hero at ClashCon. They did go through like the Eagle defense that didn't have a name at the time, and then they went through some of the look of the bases and different stuff. But I think that with the way the sneak peeks worked, since they had already discussed part of that, I think all of that they did at the end of this sneak peek period, they should have done at the beginning. I think it would have done a lot to keep that almost like, if you're familiar with cars, power band, to build it up and then keep the momentum going, rather than what I saw with this update, which was more like great off the line speed and then running out of gas halfway down the track. That's the analogy that I'll use for you. So that's some good visionary stuff for you to think about. But serious. I think that it could have been done differently, and I'm sure that there are lots of people who view it that way. Now, I'm not gonna say that Supercell just completely blew it and they're jerks and they're dumb, but I will say it could have been done a lot differently and a lot more strategic. And I think with the amount of planning that they put into it, I'd be interested to hear or to find out some of Supercell's reasoning as to why they decided to do it this way, because I'm pretty sure that if they decided to do it, that there's some sort of reason behind that. I just wish that I knew what it was. But obviously I don't. But yeah, it's interesting, and going along with what I just said before about these expectations of what to look for and what was going to come. In my clan and the discussion that we've had, there's most definitely been an imbalance from in Town Hall 10, and really if you're looking at from a league standpoint, from like Champs 1 up, there's been this imbalance of struggling to 1 to 2 star Town Hall 10 bases, and then getting 1 star in return on a defense, or 2 possibly, and losing 2 to 3 times the amount of trophies. So seeing some of those trophy offer changes and league bonus changes and things like that has been great, but what we looked at as something to help balance out the battlefield was this need for a dark troop, a new dark troop, not new levels for minions and new levels for witches. Not to discredit those things, I think that they're good. Witches being able to spawn, I think it's at level 3, it's now 10 skeletons instead of 8 at level 2. Sure, I mean it's cool, I guess, but it's a bit of a letdown. And I think that regardless of whether or not they were going to do the Dark Troop or whatever, it still could have been differently, and I think that the dissatisfaction could have been mitigated if they had just restructured the way that they did the sneak peek. So the stuff that they already shared in ClashCon would have been the first stuff that they released, and then built up from there to maybe ending with, the Grand Warden, instead of ending with talking about the Eagle defense, and that kind of stuff. But even some of the cooler stuff that they kind of packed into the middle of the sneak peek, like the new donation menus, being able to donate spells to your clanmates, some of the gameplay changes and stuff like that. I think that they could have gone through systematically and did further clarification information from the stuff that was talked about at ClashCon, and then bam, right into Shields Part 1, Part 2, and then kind of work their way through the rest of the sneak peek information. I just think that it could have been done a little bit differently, but I'm still pretty excited about the update. Number one, for me being a Town Hall 9, being able to use a freeze spell now is going to be pretty neat. I'm going to be interested in trying that out in some attacks, especially once I start pushing back up into the higher leagues, because I think it's gonna help me get more trophies for each attack, which will make the push easier. So I'm excited for that, and a lot of the gameplay changes. I'm interested in seeing the way that this shield system being revamped is going to impact the game, both in my clanmates and how they experience the game from the update forward, as well as myself, and what kind of experience I'm going to have. And change is always a little bit scary, I guess, sometimes, and may or may not be difficult depending on how much it changes. But I'm still confident that I'll have the same level of passion for the game, and that not much will change. It just seems like a lot, because it is a lot. It is a lot of changes and a lot of information, but I think that there are tweaks and minor stuff that's going to help make the game better. So if anything, the experience that I should walk away with should be experiencing the game more better, and experiencing the game I think like its developers have intended it to be. So it's interesting. I'm excited again for it. Hopefully it does roll out on the 10th of December. But with Supercell's disclaimer in there that delays may happen, I'm pretty confident that there's going to be a delay. But who knows? Maybe they're just trying to throw people off that. But only those folks know. But yeah, thank you so much. That's pretty much all I had for you today. I appreciate you guys watching the last video. I know it wasn't the best format because you didn't have these awesome replays to watch in the background, but if you did sit through it and listen to it, I do appreciate it. This video as well, of course, anytime you guys take some time out of your day to watch these, listen to them, comment, like them, all that kind of stuff is awesome, and I appreciate you doing it because that means you're a super cool person, obviously. So yeah, anyways, enough yammering on and chit chat. Thank you so much again for stopping by to Clash the Block. And yeah, you have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, your night, your evening, whatever time it is for you, for where you are. Enjoy your time. Island Guy, out.